And I always said to my mother, I see the sea and the sea sees me.
Well, it was basically the family's playground because we only lived about 500 yards from this area, the sheds.
I think the fact that the shed has been here for nigh on 100 years and really hasn't changed, but the core of things that remain have just been able to transcend time. The shed has been here for nigh on 100 years and it's perfectly placed on a magnificent piece of foreshore, and it's become, I suppose, for generations sort of the epicentre for a whole host of huckleberry fins and Tom Sawyers and the female equivalent of that, or those. So it's just been an integral part of people's lives over 3 or 4 generations.
This was our playground. When we were children, this was our playground. And I think my happiest days were when we used to make tin canoes. We make tin canoes out of sheet iron 6 before. And nail wood and get the tar from the local council. Make double paddles and go fishing in our tin canoes. What an adventurous area it was.
There were no real need for holidays because it was, this was a holiday for us. We just loved being here.
It was a magical place. It was full of nets, long lines, hooks, grapples, bits of chain, piles of rope.
I think the atmosphere and the view and what you see and the cool breezes and all that sort of thing helps make it so successful.
We lived not far from here and we had a bathing box along the beach yonder, and my sister and I used to come down here after school barefoot, wearing our bathers from home, and we would spend the whole summer on the beach.
A bit like a billiard saloon, a bit of a hangout. It's not necessarily good for society.
Well, Monday nights, when the coppers weren't doing much, they used to use this as their meeting house. And they used to go out and literally go out before they came, go out and find people drinking in parks and pitch their bottles off them and come out here and drink them themselves.
The reaction that we see from people who come down here for the first time is such that they understand that they've come to a special place.
Both the council and the state government really had policies, particularly in the 50s, of getting rid of every structure on the beach that they could get rid of. But the fact was that that was still used as a viable business, hiring boats.
The characters that this shed has attracted over the years, the likes of Unc, Hank, Basil.
This became sort of a social shed. People used to just come down here to talk and carry on. And they always wanted a beer. So we used to buy a fair bit of beer and I said, oh bugger, this is costing too much. So I got an 18-gallon keg, put it upstairs and start manufacturing it.
It's a place people can identify with. When they're kids they come down to the beach and they might hire a boat or go out in the boats, or like some of the people still come here. We used to have them, they used to come down and help us get the boats out in the morning for the hires, and as a result of that they get a free boat in the afternoon when there's nothing happening.
Yeah, make a bit of home brew one time. In the bait box, that was partially frozen, and the home brew would be made, and then to overcome the cloudiness of the beer, we'd put the beer in the bait box, sunny side up, and when we pull the beer out, the bottom of the bottle would freeze all the brown rubbish on the bottom, and if you pour gently you got clear beer.
So I think it would be not a good idea, it would be inconsistent if the shed became anything other than what it traditionally has been in its ambience.
Well, everyone knows it. Everyone knows it. They all know this shed. They might know the others, but they all know this shed.
Well, councillors come and go, and some have vested interests in other things, or they have views which think that everything should be returned to nature and there shouldn't be anything on the beach. And then you get others who think that it should be all nice, all the buildings should be nice, new and tidy, and so you just got to put up with it and wade through it.
I think that they've got to stay. They have to stay. You can't, you can't just say, oh, well, we'll knock this down and put up something new and beautiful. This is beautiful.
I'd like it to stay exactly as it is, but I can recall going to Dunk Island many years ago when there was nothing there, and we sat around having a beer in the evening and saying, oh, we can just imagine this with the Ferris wheel over there and a big multi-unit hotel here, a swimming pool there, and this was all done in an ironic sense, how to spoil a beautiful place, and of course it's happened. Well, now, I can envisage this being one day refurbished and they'll ruin it.
Well, I see it as Sandringham's best kept secret.
The history of the shed is such, it's so unusual, and given that the shed has its own personality, its own allure, its own identity, that people like myself, really more than anything else, are simply custodians that will be here for a period and will move on, and we'd very much love to think that those who become custodians after us keep the flame burning.